Hello, Feed the Beast mod pack players. I am Rad, and this is my first ever episode. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make the most efficient spawner XP farm you have ever made in your entire Minecraft playing career. Let me just give a little example. Alright, so what this is a combination of the Soul Shard, Thaumcraft 3, I believe this is railcraft, either railcraft or traincraft, and computercraft. So what happens is, first of all, there's the Soul Shard spawner, which is a tier 5 wither skeleton. It can be turned on and off with redstone. It can spawn no matter where you are as long as the chunk is loaded, which is what this guy is for, the chunk loader. And then embarking rails are powered. The wither skeletons will be teleported into the cart where they will be killed by the melee turtles. This spawner is not affected by light, and it can spawn up to 4 skeletons, I believe it is every 2 seconds, I'm not quite sure, but it is very fast. What I use this for is well, first of all, I can make it into an iron farm, which I should probably show everyone real quick. Let me get my Forge Lexicon. I turn these bones into bone meal. I put the bone meal in the Forge Lexicon, turn it into white dye buckets. I use that white dye bucket on a block of wool. Probably go back to easy before I get shot by gas. I use that white dye bucket on a piece of wool. I get a white piece of wool, but I get a bucket back inside of an alloy furnace. I can then smelt that bucket down into 3 pieces of iron ingots. You can do all sorts of things with iron. You can turn it into copper by putting it into refined iron. That refined iron can be placed into a Forge Lexicon. Not yet. If you have 8 pieces of refined iron, you can make a machine block. Here's the recipe. Once you put machine blocks in a Forge Lexicon, you can turn into a bronze casing. You can smelt that bronze casing in any furnace. It'll turn into 8 bronze. There you can, well, bronze is great, but if you wish to have copper, you can pulverize the bronze. You can put that in a centrifuge, and it'll give you 10 copper. So this can be used to get a lot of valuable resources, especially copper. Copper, because I run out of it making circuits and things like that all the time. But most importantly, this is good for XP, because while running anywhere on the map, because of the chunk loader, it'll run anywhere on the map. You just come back, right-click the brain and jars from Thaumcraft 3 and get some XP, and go enchanting. I like to couple that with an uncrafting table. This uncrafting table, I do not believe it has. Is it? Yes. This uncrafting table can take one item. Let's say this had a enchantment on it, and I decided, hey, I want that enchantment on a diamond sword instead. Put diamonds there, it'll give me a diamond sword, but with the same enchantment that was on the ruby one. So that's very good because you can enchant gold items, which have a higher enchantability, and transfer the enchantments back to a diamond sword. Or even better, if I have a damaged diamond sword, and that's not going to hit, diamond good. If I have a damaged diamond sword, and I'm probably going to die now. Well, I have a damaged diamond sword now. If I put that in an uncrafting table, I can replace the damaged diamonds, get a brand new one with the same enchantment. All this costs XP though. So I use this to repair all my items and everything. In addition, I can use this to make books, etc., etc. You can put books on EU things such as a diamond drill. You can put if you have a diamond drill and you have let's see, an efficiency. Come on. You have an efficiency 5 book. You want to put it on this drill, you can. Just get a anvil, and you can put enchantments on a diamond drill. Efficiency 5 diamond drill. This is great for silk touch and fortune. In addition, this is great for wither skulls. All you have to do to get one of these babies is kill a wither skeleton, and it'll give you a wither skeleton shard. Once you have one of those, you can just get a regular old skeleton spawner. And if you break that skeleton spawner with the shard, it'll give you 200 wither skeleton souls. So you only actually have to kill one wither skeleton. Then you can just go find a bunch of skeleton spawners. So that's great. So now let's get down how to build this thing. It's actually quite simple. The only hard part is computercraft, which really is not hard. What you do is you place the cage down, you right click it with your shard, you hook it up to some red alloy wire, and put a receiver. The receiver will have the same frequency as the transceiver over here, or transmitter, which is hooked up to a lever. Do the same thing for the embarking rails, which I'll talk about later, transmitter, and a receiver. These are all hooked up to embarking rails. What those do is they suck the mobs up into this minecart. Now when the mob is in the minecart, this thing right here, the mob detector is as shown. This thing right here. If you don't know how to build anything, I'll try to say the names of everything so you can just search it in the not enough items or search it on the wiki. So what happens is this mob detector detects the mob, it sends a redstone signal into this block. This turtle is programmed. Okay guys, sorry about that, had a little mess up. This melee turtle, all you have to do is edit the startup file. Tell it while true, that means infinite loop. If the redstone signal below it is equal to true, that means if the redstone underneath is on, then turtle attack it. Else sleep for a fourth a second. In the loop, in the program, save it, exit. I don't know where my zombie went, but I had as a test subject of there he is. Alright, hey zombie. No. There he goes. Now all I have to do is start this, I believe, yeah. And what do you know, the tactic. This works for anything other than players, so you are safe if you get sucked up, although it does not stop the mobs themselves from shooting you. The only other thing that keeps you from getting sucked up is a crowbar. Crowbar is from the same mod. I don't know why, but it stops you from getting sucked up. So if I place this, walk up to it with the crowbar, it won't suck me in, change off the crowbar, get sucked up. Other than that, what I have is pretty simple. Got a target, something gate, I'll show you guys. Alright guys, so I figured out these things are called autarchic gates. Right here, autarchic gates. They're one of the higher end gates, but you can make just a regular one. Tell it redstone signal off. Energy pulse, that means just all the time unless you power it. Pull items out. It'll send it along the pipe. This iron pipe stops backflow. Goes all the way to the chest where you can sort it with diamond pipes. You can send it into void pipes, which just deletes it. All that great stuff. Other than that, if you're using a blaze spawner, you're going to want to have a roof so that the blaze do not float up out of the reach of any of your teleport rails, embarking rails. I hope you guys have fun with this spawner because it's very efficient. I use it myself, it is great. I can use it on crafting table, anvils, books, you name it. The XP is just completely abundant. Seems like it never runs out once you hit, if you run it for like 30 minutes, you probably have at least like, I don't know, 5 level 30s. But real quick, let me show you guys this. If you have the spawner right here, you're going to want to make an X too wide in each direction. This X will show you where the middle of your room will be for the spawner. You want to look at your XY coordinates. When you walk in a direction and they both get smaller, like right now, add an extra block to make a barrier around it. Now this barrier represents the spawnable area inside. Inside this barrier is the spawnable area. All in here, they can spawn. What I like to do though is I like to add an extra wall on the shorter side. That way, even though they can't spawn right here, it makes it an odd number right here. It's a 9 by 8. That way I can center the spawner in the middle. Have a one door, makes everything easier. Thanks guys for watching. Hope you guys have a great day.